Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be building a drag car in BeamNg. I'm going to do two. I'm going to do modded and not modded. Because I've got a really good engine mod. It's called the Easy Customizable Engines. That also goes along with the torque converter and the automation supercharger mod. But that's if you have automation. I don't. So just going to go ahead and undo that. I haven't played around with my mods in a while. I'm not sure what this one is. Okay. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump straight into today's video. So, there we go. So obviously we're not going to drag the D series. My preferred drag car, I've already got one built. There it is the Moonhawk. Now this goes for pretty much any car. Like you can do the Barstow, the Blue Bock, Sunburst, Pessimism. There's a lot. But I reckon that I'm not going to use the Moonhawk. I'm going to go with something different. Does the Bollard have a drag version? It doesn't look like it does. We're going to drag the Bollard. Maybe. I'll just see if I can. You know what? We should be able to drag this just fine. So, we're going to start off with a base time. I don't know why I went straight in a second. No, we're going to go ahead and restart that. Already, just alone, this thing has some power. So, I'm not sure what time we did, but I'm going to edit so that we get what our time and speed was. So, let's go ahead and we'll start with not modded. So, what's this? What's the difference? Doesn't look like there's much difference. Oh, it's literally just there. That doesn't bring a whole lot of difference, so we'll leave it there. Now next we've got pedals. Don't really need to do much with that, but we will be taking out the passenger seat, and we'll do the race driver seat, because that should give us less weight. Now we'll get rid of the side skirts. We're just going to start off with emptying as much weight out of all of this as possible. Now we'll do front and rear subframe. I get rid of the fenders. You don't have to. Go on. Now this is literally all just for weight reduction. And for better air, but obviously this one has the engine in the rear, as you can see there. So I'm mainly just doing this for weight reduction. Leave the suspension. I only need one fuel tank, I think. Yeah, there we go. I only need one fuel tank, so we get rid of that. And this. Get rid of the rear. Get rid of the rear body as well. And gone. There we go. So now we're left with this. You don't have to. You can keep the body like the way that it was. I prefer to strip it. Now we'll go with the 3.9 litre V8. And next we can go ahead and deal with... what are we going to start with? We'll start with intake next. So we'll change it from the stock intake to... Look at the difference between this. That's not bad. That's my mod, so that's my modded, so we're not going to touch that. Race intake. I think we'll stick with the stage 3 variable twin turbos. And then we'll go back to doing... You can also take out the race... Like, you can take out the driver's seat, because you don't need it, because it's a game. Manual. That's another thing, we've got to play with the transmission as well. So, we'll start with the front suspension. And we'll go... Sport. We'll go race front coilovers. Leave it as 5 lug wheel hubs. Steering doesn't matter. Front sway bar, we're going to do front race sway bar and leave the spindles the same. So that's the front suspension done. We can remove the rear subframe. Never mind. Now for the rear suspension, we'll do lifted rear coilovers, race rear sway bar, and that should be everything done. Oh, we're missing one thing. NOS. We'll go adjustable NOS bottle. Now, I don't know what the difference is between the shot sizes, but I think big is better. Now we can go ahead and do our tuning. As much boost as possible. We're going to do first gear at about 2500 revs. rear subframe, suspension, race. What do I have on the front? Race. There we go, that's better. Okay, first gear, 2500. Apply. There we go. Yep. So, now that we've done that, let's see what we've got. Oh, wow. I kinda blew up the engine. Oops. Okay, okay, so we gotta lower the intake. Actually, no. Leave the intake the same, put it to about 25, and we'll run it again. First, I kind of just want to run it and see if it blows up first. It still blows up. So we're going to move down from a stage 2 twin turbo. We'll run that and see if it blows up. That does a lot better. So, I want to change back to the other intake. And then we're just going to tune it down to about 22 PSI instead. Yeah, okay, we're going back to the... I want to try the twin turbo system. That's a 12.4 PSI. And if we go back down to you... What do you said? No. You're at 17 PSI. That's not bad though. Without much tuning, that's already at 200 miles an hour. With just the engine power alone. Now, let's see what we can run. Just run it back and see what time we can get, or see if it's still... Oh wow, these are very slippery now. Yeah, it's probably gone by now. Yep. I hate the fact that it doesn't stay. So, we're gonna go ahead... No, what else? Wheels. We have to change up the wheels. So, on the front, I want about 15 by That'll do. 15 by 7. Older dragger or not, there's just no tires. What if we go to you? That's better. We'll stick with these. 15 by 4s. And on the back, I want... What can we get? 15 by 14. Okay, so the engine still blew up. Not that bad. So now, go ahead and leave the times. First things first is, if you noticed, the front end jumped up real high. The easiest way to do that is, I don't think we can put a wheelie bar on this. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that would come under rear subframe. But we'll go ultralight flywheel. What we can do instead is over to the tuning. Rear, and we need compression. So we got to dampen the rate that it compresses in. So about 12,000 should do. We'll go ahead and check that. See how it doesn't pick up now. And we've also stopped the engine from there. Never mind. Spoke too early. Now, if we also put these tires on about 5 psi. PSI. That's better. And we'll do lower tire pressure on the front as well. We'll do 15 psi. Apply. Bring them in more. Now we'll retry that. So as you could see, well, first of all, the front end jumped up. But that's mainly because we have more traction. So we got a lot more speed because the back wheels dig in better. And that's without NOS. And then we'll do the stiffness on the back. We'll make it a little bit stiffer. About 170. Up the ride height. And lower the ride height on the front. Oh, I'm so dumb. I don't know why I just did that. Is it there? It's not. After we've done all this, I'll get a proper time from a drag race. Because even now, if you stop, you can see that the bumpy. Like, the fact it wants to jump up. I'll reset it at about there. That should be pretty much everything that we can do to this to make it as fast as possible. This is why our engine keeps blowing up. I forgot to change Stage 1 Performance Long Block. Ultra Heavy Duty Engine Mounts. Adjustable Race ECU. There we go. So, the rev limiter, we're going to do about 9500. And then, I'm not sure what the rev cycles is, but I'm going to put that just above average. Now, we shouldn't blow up. Now, with our new engine, means that we can add more boost. Because already, just in 4th, we've already beat what we were at earlier. Turning's pretty much useless though. So, now we can add the bigger intake. And we can amp the boost up. And just in 4th, with that extra boost, where the engine did blow up, but we made it pretty far. So now we have to come back and add more spring stiffness so that we don't do what we just did. So that's at about 210,000. And in compression, we're gonna up that. Now the rate in extension. We can up that on the front. Now this should run better. Okay, now that happened, we're gonna go ahead and soften the suspension. We were at, I think it was like 180. We'll go back down to... Take it back to about 175. And just see how that goes. There we go. And look at that. We hit 260 miles an hour. Now, I want to up the transmission from a 5-speed to a 6-speed. Oh my. $180 we just hit. And you think about that. That is not modded. So that's pretty good. Now, we're going to go ahead and save this as the drag bolide. Because actually, I really like this thing. I'm going to use this a lot more. And we're going to go ahead and just reverse. Up to right here. View details. So, we'll do the Pro Drag Race. Custom car. We're in lane 1. Start challenge. So the opponent that I want is the Drag Scintilla. I want to verse the Drag Scintilla. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and restart that. And we'll see the difference. Go again. This time, I'm not gonna hold back. But I have to, otherwise that happens. Let's see, what did we run though? 9 seconds. And we were in left lane? Yeah. We were in the right lane. And we hit 144. Now he's at 160. So we're just going to continue here. Reset. Tuning. Here we are. I completely forgot that there is something that we can do to make this faster. Gear tune it. We didn't have this earlier because we only had the 5-speed. So now we've got the 6-speed. We have a full transmission. And we're going to make first about 4.2. You can already see that we're picking up faster. I also have to fix that problem. Okay, so after after like 10 minutes worth of fine tuning, I've gotten it to about where it needs to be. Now we should smoke this Scintilla. Ah, yes, look at that, Scintilla. Now, we're only using first to actually move. Other than that, we're dragging in second. What just happened? What? I'm so confused. Normally it just flies in second. There we go. I don't know why it's just not working. I think we lowered our time though. 203, we're at 182. Man. So, a little bit more fine tuning. 2.4. Bring you up to 2. 1.9. You're up to 1.5. Okay, let's try this again. Custom. Drag Scintilla. Man. I don't know what else to do. Because even with NOS, I had to take that off. That was just a really bad run. I don't know how that thing is so fast. But it works as a drag car. It does pretty much everything you need it to do. But the drag Scintilla just has me on this one. So, without further ado, I will see you all in the next video.